What's up, peoples? What's up? This is Bmore podcast. What's this?
Bmore open? You forgot.
Oh, my bad. Bmore open podcast. I don't know.
It's Sunday.
This our fourth?
Fifth. You all the way off.
I'm wrong.
He gonna punish today.
All right, this is our fifth episode. Today we're gonna be talking about mental illness and different topics like how we do anyway. My name is Jerome Barrett. I'm the host of the GTI radio show that comes on 1 to 3 at Feed the Beat Studio on 101.7 WGNA The Music. You can catch that on Live 365 every Saturday from 1 to 3. We interview local artists in Baltimore, DMV area, and talk about different topics and stuff like that. And this is my host.
I'm the outside. Hi, y'all, Rolanda. Hey, y'all know me, everybody. And again, he said our topic today is mental illness / mental health. I really don't know if there's a difference or if it's the same. And we also have a special guest here today with us.
How y'all doing? My name's Darnell Brown. You call me Nelly.
Nelly.
Good, glad to be here. That's what's up. Yeah, mental illness, man, is like a topic. It's like a lot of people don't like to talk about, and it affects a lot of people in your family. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody out there has a family member that suffers from mental illness or is suffering from mental illness. You know what I'm saying? And like in a black family, it's like something that like really is like taboo. Really,
Definitely
really
in a black family.
Really, get into it and stuff like that. But it's in our family, because I know like the history of my family, all back to my great-great-grandmother, mental illness been in our family. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because my great-great-grandmother had committed suicide.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So,
I hear that, man.
And her daughter, which was my grandmother, suffered from mental illness. You know what I'm saying? As far as manic depressive.
Okay.
My uncle was a manic depressive. But then prior to my mother passing away, we found out she was a manic depressive.
Oh,
you know what I'm
wow.
saying? So it was like, that's like in our family. And like I told you, bro, I suffer from that sometimes where I like just gotta shut myself off. You know what I'm saying? I just shut down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's real. You know what I'm saying? It's real. It's like I can really say that that's in our bloodline. You know what I'm saying? Amongst other crazy.
But is that like? See, I never heard of that. I don't know if is that something that's considered that can be hereditary though? High blood pressure and something else like that. It can be hereditary.
Same as like diabetes and all of those. Yeah.
Right.
I can say that because I can trace that from my different family members, and all of them did it, and I'm from the same bloodline. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know how my father. You know what I'm saying? But I know on my mother's side that was an ongoing thing for us. You know, in our family and stuff.
Right.
And a lot of people don't like to talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's real touchy. That's why I was telling you last night. It's just a touchy situation, like, because you don't want to get nobody wrong on, saying something.
But you can, you know what I mean?
You're
speaking the truth, and people don't live their truth, and that's the thing. People don't live their truth, and like you say, people don't like to confront it. People don't like. People think. Like that whole stigma with saying a therapist, oh, you crazy. A person is crazy if they go to therapy. No, we need therapy. I went to college for psychology, because I want to understand people. I like to talk to people. I like to give advice, but I feel like therapy is something that we really need. Right. Crime, a lot of the crime that's going on here in the world, I feel like mental health plays a big part, and a lot of us, or I'll say our parents, they don't, in the beginning, we don't get help, or they don't acknowledge it. We just push it off to be something else.
Some people don't know that they're going through it.
Or lack of information.
Yeah, lack of information. They still, try to deal with it the best way they can.
Yeah. That's like my son, he's special needs kid, and he goes through like a lot of like mental things too. And it's like anxiety. He has anxiety and a lot of other issues, which I see by him being my offspring. I suffer from it. But when I was coming up, like in the 70s, they weren't diagnosing kids, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So I was going through that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I had like little learning problems and different issues and stuff like that, behavior issues and stuff growing up and stuff like that. Sometimes I don't know what the hell, going on. So I might have suffered from them things too. But I learned how to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I learned how to deal with it to a certain extent. Right. Until some days I would blow up and everything like that. But like I was telling Grove, like when she was talking about therapy. Like this podcast and the different subjects and stuff we talk about, I told you it's like therapeutic to me, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not like the type of person that will talk about a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff I say on here is like a lot of people don't know about me. Right. Or a lot of things I wouldn't discuss or talk about, you know what I'm saying? So therapy is true, it can be in any different form. Right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just talking to a friend, you know what I'm saying? Or just, you know what I'm saying, get your mind out, nature walks, running and stuff like that. Because I used to run a lot. And that used to like really clear my mind and stuff like that. So if you have those things and identify them things, try to, you know,
definitely
talk to
get
people.
help.
Yeah,
do y'all have like any personal stories that y'all, anything personally that y'all experienced or know anybody that may have experienced that y'all want to talk on or, you know, speak about?
Listen to Rome, like it's like my little stress I went through was like, it was, but I mean, just dealing with stress of like, you know what I'm saying? You know, bills and, you know, just everyday life, you know what I'm saying? If they get too hard on you and you can't get a grasp on it, then that stress right there will get to you, you know what I'm saying? And I know because, boy, my trials and tribulations I went through was stressful to me, you know what I'm saying? And now that I'm more spiritual and getting to know myself and, you know, understanding myself, is how I'm able to deal with it. Yeah, it's how I'm able to get away from, you know what I'm saying, the stressfulness that I was going through. Okay. So it's helped me out a lot.
Yeah. And it's crazy too, like a lot of things is like with your mindset. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's funny that your brain can be your worst enemy. People talking about haters, your mind is a hater. Look, you know what I'm saying? My enemy. You know what I'm saying? Enemy is my enemy. And I heard something one time. It was like, don't let your mind eavesdrop on your thoughts, because once your mind know what you're thinking, it tends to switch shit up. You know what I'm saying? But then in some people, their mindset is really off. You know what I'm saying? Like in schizophrenia, people, it's like they hearing voices, but it's their inner self. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And they can't distinguish it from their inner self. They thinking it's other people. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, a lot of people born like that, you know what I'm saying, with schizophrenia and stuff like that, man. I bet you that's a hell, you know what I'm saying? Because already your inner thoughts and shit, you constantly in your head, right? You hand stuff like you actually hand something. Like,
I'll probably snap.
Yeah.
Snap.
Then you kind of.
But also too, I feel like these medication. One, I feel like the medication. I feel like honestly, some, you know, I know y'all really didn't probably want to talk about the Kanye situation, but this is just an example that, you know, people can relate to. Some of the stuff that he was saying, like that medication. I feel like they're really trying to, and they being, I guess, like the government, well, you know, not the IRS. Someone say the IRS. The government, you know, them the medicine, they're feeding us all of this medicine. Like you go to the doctors for a bad ache, they straight putting you on these opioids. Right. Then, you know, just anything. Like he said they had him on 7 different medications. He felt like the medication is making him worse, so he's supposed to take 7 pills a day for, what do you say, 7 pills a day, but he's only taking maybe 2 pills a week or something like that. And they really think that's why he's really acting crazy, because he's not on his meds. But I honestly believe that this medicine really makes it worse. And for me, you know, there's so many things that's classified, I guess, as mental illness and mental health, which I really wasn't aware of, like anxiety and panic attacks. That's something really, really big that a lot of people go through. People do not know how stressful that is. I don't know if y'all have ever been around anyone who had anxiety or had panic attacks, because I was going through it and it was the worst. And this was maybe about 6 years ago. And when I tell you, for about 2 months straight, I was calling the hospital, calling the ambulance every single day. You cannot tell me I wasn't dying. You know, my heart was beating real fast. Right. I really couldn't breathe. Like I'm thinking I'm dying. There's nothing nobody can say to calm me down. Like I'm sweating. I'm just, you know, all over the place. And people around you get frustrated. My husband used to get frustrated so bad. Like, just calm down. You don't got to go back to the hospital. You don't have to, you know, because I literally every single day, every day for like 2 months straight, I'm calling the freaking ambulance every day, but people do not know. And then you get to this point. I used to get to the hospital. I'd be in there crying, like, oh my God, Erin, I'm so sorry. Whatever I ever done, like, I'm apologizing, because I'm really feeling like these are my last days. No lie.
What you felt like it was just all mental, though.
It was. I get they come to find out, that's what they said, that it's your stress. You come from worrying, having so much on your brain at one time. My doctor, they gave me these Zanny bars. I lied to y'all not. I took them. I can't remember if it was once or twice. I think I may have took them 2 times, but each time it made me sleep about 12 hours. I started giving them away to a friend. If you watch it, girl, I'm not. It's the truth. I was just giving her the bottles because I didn't want that. Like, I didn't want to be sleeping all day. And I feel like just like with these kids that's having, these problems, what is it, like ADHD or ADD? Y'all get these kids, I'm giving them this, prescribing them this medicine. I feel like that makes them worse. Right. I've seen my own family member being on this medication, and it's like they're a zombie. I just cried. All I did was cry. It makes me, so I don't know.
Some people feel different though. Some people feel like,
I'm saying I'm like 50-50 on it. I don't mean,
right.
My son been on like almost 10 different medications. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And for real, the thing about it is like it's a guessing game for real. Yeah. They don't really know. Right. You know what I'm saying? It affects people differently. You know what I'm saying? One medicine, because he's on Depakote now and Seroquel. Okay. And he's been on this medicine for like the last 4 or 5 years, and it's kind of stabilized. And
now they cut you off a little bit. You can kind of relate to because one of the kids started taking gas. So
he was, but like you said, he didn't like it. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't for him. Right. We felt as though it calmed him down enough for him to, be able to function. Yeah. Be able to, get a grasp of what he was going through.
But I think also too, it's other stuff out there other than medication that can help too. You know what I'm saying? It's herbs and it's other different stuff that has the same qualities as this man-made medicine and fewer side effects. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because the medicine has a lot of side effects, right? You know what I'm saying? But it's like I kind of like regret getting him on that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But at that time and the behavior he was having, I had no answers on, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. Right. Yeah. Because I never dealt like, with a child like that. My oldest boy, he had issues, but it wasn't as severe. Yeah. My son he was 3 years old. It was the violent little kid I was saying. Right. Every room he go in, he tore him up. So, you know what I'm saying? We was like wondering what the hell going on. So we had no choice. You know what I'm saying? We needed help. Right. But then I find out what this whole thing is, it's a big business. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them don't know what they're doing. A lot of them is in it for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying?
When you say them, you mean it like the people that work there, right?
The people that work there and different facilities.
You gotta understand the scientists too that know that these drugs is doing that. Yeah. Come on now, they're gonna let you know it's going to do this or it's going to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they can't do nothing but test subjects and all that. So right now, like you're saying, it's not really dealing with the problem at hand, not really getting to the gist of it, sitting down and really finding out one-on-one or through a group of people like, hey, this is how we can deal with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Suppose like, just give them some medicine.
And that's how it was in the beginning. And I was like, I refused a lot of that shit, you know what I'm saying? Because it was like, yo, y'all really, I'm sitting up there looking like, because I was puzzled too, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on with my son? Then, you know what I'm saying, I started looking and people dealing with them, they had the same look. And I'm sitting up there looking at them, I'm like, yo, y'all don't know what the fuck going on, do you? Right. And they said, really, Mr. Bird? No. I said, I know that look because I've been in that look too. You know what I'm saying? I know. You know what I'm saying? I know. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to just keep on switching up, the stuff and everything like that. Yeah, so I just left him where he at. And he overcame a lot of stuff, but a lot of stuff he did. You know what I'm saying? Then a lot of stuff, he's a teenager. He's 14. Right. So, you know what I'm saying? He's going to go through it. You know what I'm saying? He's going to go through it. So a lot of stuff I have to ignore. And some things, you know what I'm saying, you can tell. Right. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying, for the long part, like what he's doing now has been helping. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Has been helping, with his thing. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is like what I know Rogan to the point where I don't want him to be adult dependent on medication. All this. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And it's like it's at the point where we want to start winging him off of it. You know what I'm saying? Because then he'll feel like it's a crutch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's an excuse.
Right.
I ain't had my medicine. That's
but it's
why
like,
I done that.
Is he going to need it? Not only him, just people in general, especially when you're picking up on it as a child. You understand what I'm saying? And using, your child as an example too. If they're not having this medication, being as though they have this problem, is like, I guess the problem, if it's something they've been diagnosed with, is not just going to go away. Like if this is something long term, so being as though they don't have this medication that they need, hence Kanye West again not taking the medication. This is why they're acting out in society. Once they get older, you know what I mean? What do y'all think about that? So if you like with him not taking the medicine and then you saying maybe possibly weaning them off, so what if 10, 20 years from down the line, he's out here maybe robbing banks or murdering people or going off, snappy over somebody like.
But mainly too with that too is your choice, because one thing, my son has some issues, but he know right from wrong. Right. You know what I'm saying? So if you know that this shit is wrong, you know what I'm saying?
So,
right. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So with that being said,
if you're to the point where you can't, distinguish from right and wrong, and it's up here, then yeah, I can understand. You
definitely need some medicine. Right.
But if you can, if you coherent and you know what I'm saying, you know right from wrong, then like you said.
Yeah. and that's the whole thing that I learned, like with him, is like once, you know what I'm saying, because I was like, dang, do he really know, you know what I'm saying, whatever. And then I talked to him and hit him with the right or wrong thing, and he knows it's wrong. So you're aware of what you're doing now, you know what I'm saying? So you're accountable for what you do, you know what I'm saying? I understand some things you may not be able to, you know what I'm saying, handle, but you're accountable for majority of it when you go overboard. You know what I'm saying? When you're a man, you already know when you go overboard, you know what I'm saying? On some stuff. So, that stuff is like real, it's real tricky though. You know what I'm saying? Because some people really need it. Some, you know what I'm saying? I guess it affects people differently. Everything affects you differently.
Right. I think more people should, get more knowledge of it, read up on it, learn about it.
That's what I feel I made a mistake.
Right.
You gotta research on it more before you know what I'm saying, get yourself in.
Because if your kid going through it and you don't know what it is, then you know what I'm saying, it could probably get out of hand. I don't know.
Definitely.
But if you got some knowledge of it or know it, then it's always good to do some research just to, you know what I'm saying, just to know.
Yeah.
And I feel like we all, I feel like we're human, so I feel like some way, shape, or form, we all have some type of mental illness. Some way, because, just reading up on it, they say like one of the main causes for it is stress. And then, they talk about, the different behaviors of people who, have mental illness. Right. And it's like, this is stuff that at some point, you're going to be depressed in life. At some point, even, the person, money don't make you happy, we know that. Like, so it's like even, and they're the main ones, the crazy. I don't mean to call anybody crazy, but it's like the people. What's that word I'm trying to say for these people? The people that's up. What's that word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word. But just I'm sorry, more of like the higher power people we look at. Like they don't go through things like they aren't human. It's like they go through it as well, because it's like. It's life. And I just feel like we all have some form of bipolar. We all have some form of, we've all been through depression or are going to go through some type of depression.
It's the thing, that tripped me out with, like, learning about something. Like, think about, it was like this exercise. They were saying, like, a problem or issues going on with you, write it down, put it in a box. Right. You know what I'm saying? Then look at it like a month later and see how you resolve that issue. Right. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, it was real big. Then when you look at it like months or weeks down the road, it's no longer big. Remember, like, I was upset when I backed up into the lady in the bed. Now I don't even worry about that shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I seen some things too. It's like, why worry about something in 100 years and shit? That shit ain't nobody worry about. You know what I'm saying? Right. But that's how we are built. Yeah. How we wired. We wired like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I really do, because the mind powerful. Yeah. So the power of suggestion and the power of, what I'm saying, just not looking past what you see now. You know what I'm saying? Not looking past the negative that's going on in your life now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You get caught up in that, and that's where a lot of people, that's where I went. Mm-hmm. That's where I went wrong.
A lot of people, like you said.
That's where I went.
What do you think stress is like? Really, is it a combination of like frustration, a combination of fear? You know what I'm saying? Do you look at it like that? You know what I'm saying?
Put it that way.
You know what I'm saying? It's like a, stress is a combination.
Because what's
like
your definition? Like, what is our definition of stress? Stress is something that what?
We can't control. Like, we have no control over.
Well, I beg to differ. Because when dealing with stress, what they teach us now, I mean, what I'm learning now is that you gotta understand that you are in control.
Okay.
You're in control.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's you in control of yourself. Like you said, once you know right from wrong.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
So you're in control of yourself. So like that's why it's a big issue, because people don't understand that, and when they go through stress, they'll they might not know what they're going through, or they know they're going through stress, and it's just that serious for them that they can't get a grasp of it. That's why
Like, give me an example of what you're saying.
Okay.
Any example.
Right.
Don't even have to deal with yourself.
Okay. Take a person that that's going through. You're right. Think about a person that's going through stress, and like you said, it's not all that serious. You know what I'm saying? It's not, but to them, it's that serious.
And that's all I'm about to say. We can never say to anybody like how serious that situation is.
But to that person, it's that serious.
Right.
Like I was saying, compared to him, my stress wasn't nothing.
Right.
But to me, it was, what I'm saying, it was crushing me.
Right.
So that's what I was, trying to get with.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's true. But then you know what? Like, I like to a certain thing too. It's like, all right, I guess my experience can come in too. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, if you've been through something and I'm stressing about it, you know what I'm saying? Because I've never been through it and I don't know, but you've been through it. Right. And you know that, the outcome is good. Right. You know what I'm saying? You could, I guess, by sharing it with me, probably could help me, you know what I'm saying, bring it down. You know what I'm saying? Because like what you said, different people's stress is different. Like something that you might have been through. Right. And I'm like, bro, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. Boy, don't worry about that shit. You know what I mean? Right. You do such and such. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I'm worried and shit because I don't know, because I've never been through it. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's a type of therapy too. You know what I'm saying? Word of mouth, people share, you know what I'm saying, stuff, because
that's definitely help.
Yeah, it will. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be gone. Like, yo, they gonna come get me. Police, you know what I'm saying? I understand people say that, man, I ain't paid this in. Man, what did they worry about that, man? Yeah. Man, you do such and such stuff.
But it be like, you be thinking on the background, like, yeah, all right, that nigga saying don't worry about it. He ain't the one got work with that police gonna come get him. Or he ain't the one got living in his house with no lights. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, what do you do? It's like, what can we do? What do you do?
And you're right though. Your level of stress, I mean, we'll stop the word racing, but like, it's, you know what I'm saying, it's up to you. You know what I'm saying? It's you. Yeah. And like you said.
What y'all think about that? And this is kind of maybe going off topic, but not off topic, because you know how they say, just worrying. So like to not worry, or when you pray, pray, don't worry. You can't, how is it if you pray about it? You're not supposed to worry about it. So
you put it out there in the universe.
Right. You're supposed to just leave it. Like, what you think about that? Like,
it's hard because when you grow up in a certain mindset and see certain things, it's hard to try to, the habits. It's hard to break those habits. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And get away from the habits. That right there to me is like, they call it a paradigm, changing your paradigm. Mm-hmm. Changing all your bad habits and going into your good habits and start focusing on them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's hard trying to break them bad habits.
Yeah, it is, man. It is. Like now I'm trying to eat more healthy. Right. You know what I'm saying? But, and you know what? That has to do with a lot of stuff.
They do.
It's the way you eat.
That's
what
true.
you put in your body.
So
you know what I'm saying? What you put in your body. Yeah.
I was watching a Breakfast Club, and it was Angela. He was doing this thing, and it was for like, just like you said, mental. It was for the mental, but she did this. I think it was 15 or 30 day, like a cleansing or something. But she was just drinking like all these green juices and eating salads. I think wasn't eating nothing. Like no meats, no nothing. I think nothing, no type of meats. And all she could eat was like organic. I think like raw stuff. Raw. If it wasn't raw, it was just like the green juices or something. And she had these doctors on, and they were talking about like how that really your body, like, you know, that plays a part with your brain, how your brain works, how your organs working, and just
even how you stand, right? You know what I'm saying? Your bone structure and all that stuff, man. It's crazy. I stopped drinking waters. I stopped drinking sodas and staying away from chocolate and a lot of sweets and stuff like that. And I could just notice the difference as far as in myself. You know what I'm saying? Eating a lot of vegetables with my food. Stop eating out. Yeah. Like she told me I was eating out every day.
You know, my little situation with McDonald's, I was eating McDonald's, man. It almost shut me down. I went to the hospital because of it, for real.
Like every day.
It was like, when she came back in the room, she was like, you eat a lot of vegetables, don't you? And I was McDonald's every day.
Mm-hmm. And what made her, how could she know that? Like,
because, I had an inflammation in my colon.
Okay.
And that joint was hurting my stomach. So when I went there, that's, they gave me the diagnosis that
that comes from
just eating fast food, you know what I'm saying? Just eating
and process.
And see, and that's something that a lot of people probably don't know or never heard of either, like inflammation of that. People probably know nothing about that, never heard of it or anything. And it's just so much, again, like I think just us having lack of information about so many things, lack of information, lack of knowing, you know, resources for different things of going to get help, you know, us being scared and so worried about what everybody else want to say. Being in denial is one as well. Definitely. I think I've dealt with that.
Definitely denial.
Yeah.
Definitely denial. You know what
I'm saying? I'm all right.
Let me just drink some water.
I'm just drink some ginger.
You know what? I put out. That's how my wife.
I'm gonna drink some ginger.
Man, we probably spent like $50 worth of over-counter shit before you like now she better go to the doctor. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? And it's like you can't do that, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't know. I'm quick to go with anything.
Yeah, I'm a hypochondriac. I go to the hospital. But you know, that's something for men though. Men don't go. Y'all don't go to the. It's like it really takes something so serious.
I'm stubborn.
It seems like most men are. Why is that? Why is that? I'm sitting with two men. I'm asking y'all, what is it? Why is it y'all don't? Because if I guarantee you, if we take a poll of men and even ask how many times, like for dentists for once, how many times have your ass been to the dentist other than unless you had to because you was in pain for something? Or like, no, I'm just being real for men. Like, honestly, how often do y'all will not go to the doctors unless you are really probably bleeding to death or in dire pain when you crying?
For me to keep it 100 is I feel like if I don't know, I'm good. For real.
What?
I feel like if I don't, like, you know, if I don't know, like if you know, it's just
but a certain mindset. That's bad.
I know.
Yeah. And if for y'all didn't hear what he said because if he don't know, the knowing is better. He don't want to know something's wrong.
Something like that. Yeah, it's something like that too.
That fear of getting that
insurance.
Well,
yeah. I was about to say something about the medical bills.
Yeah, but that too, you know what I'm saying? You don't want that bill, like you said, I'll patch it up, you know what I'm saying? Go to Rite Aid and get something.
But men generally on that, they just, you know, we stubborn, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that too.
Stubborn, man.
Ego. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what that takes a man. What does ego have to do with going to the damn doctor?
I'm good.
What?
You know what I'm saying? With that macho thing, I'm good, you know? It's hard to explain.
But I bet you if y'all had
nurse
come home.
Ego, you mean just putting up that facade, like putting up that cover. You know what I'm saying? Hiding behind that, you know, that ego. I'm all right, I'm good.
Yeah. And like you said too, no one, like I go there and then they like, yo, you got cancer.
Well, I want to know.
You know
I heard the know.
But then you know
that versus finding out what stage is for. And it's nothing to do about it.
But it's crazy though. I don't know. It's just something like you said, that knowing, that fear.
Right.
That's that fear. You know what I'm saying? And then once you know, then you gonna go real quick because now you're gonna be worried about that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be worried about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I should eat with that.
We're not laughing at this situation.
Yeah. Right, not at all. Right, not at all.
But that's how I be. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I will wear myself to like 3 ounces. Something like that. You know, something like that. Let me go to the doctor's tomorrow. They tell me something.
Right.
And I thank God that I'm so different. I mean, I ain't gonna say I'm different, but I feel like, I don't know. Y'all wait till we do that. So when I tell my story.
But then you know what? It's wild too because it's like, you know what I'm saying? You might went through all your life with that, you know, with the problems and all that shit. And you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, once you know that, you know, like, oh man, you know, it's countdown. You know,
what about the people that go through their life thinking they got these problems and then don't? It don't. Like it's just all mental.
What you mean,
like how you say you was going to the hospital and it's just all mental. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy, y'all. When I tell you, y'all had no idea how. And not even only me, my daughter had ended up going through it. This was after my mother-in-law passed away. Tashira was going through for a minute. And when I tell you, oh my gosh, I used to cry every day because she used to think she was dying. Like, it was worse for her than it was for us because, like, she didn't want to go outside. She thought, like, maybe she would get hit by a car or something, or like something would happen. She wouldn't want to, like, she would get, like, oh, feel my neck. I got a lump. Like, she might got cancer. A child should be feel down here. Like, everything, something wrong. Like, she would cry. She always used to Google this stuff up.
Right.
You know, looking on, what is it, WebMD, I think it was. Checking this. Oh, no, it's just, like, she used to cry. Like, when I tell y'all she couldn't breathe, she used to always be out of breath. Like, it used to be so just, and again, for parents that don't know what's going on, because at that time, of course, we didn't know. I hadn't had a panic attack at that point yet. So we didn't know what the heck was going on. Like, what is wrong with her? You know, you really honestly be 100%. Like, you know, you be in a bed, you know, us as parents talking like, you know, what the hell? What's going on? Like, we had to end up, you know, trying to speak with her, with a therapist, because, like, it was bad. It was bad. It was bad. It was really bad. And it's like, it's no joke. It is no joke. From that stress and worrying.
But then, you know, another thing, like with the mental health thing too, is like you can say it here in Baltimore City, people really don't care about a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing too, is a lot of people, families probably didn't, you know what I'm saying, don't, you know, shun them, ashamed of them, or don't really want to go through that because they've been through a whole lot of stuff. And maybe some of them been through the thing not to want to take that medicine. Right. Or, you know what I'm saying, like what you said too, maybe got dependent on street drugs. You know what I'm saying? Because they couldn't afford the real drugs. You know what I'm saying? That's how we self-medicate. Yeah, self-medicating that stuff. Yeah. But it's just funny how, you know, when I take my wife to work, she worked down at the juvenile justice building, and I see the homeless people, you know what I'm saying, down there, and you know, 99% of them have mental health issues, a lot of them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny how they just drop them people off in the morning, and then they just got shunned for themselves for the rest of the day. You know what I'm saying? They truly
imagine all
look at they need help. They need help. Right. You can tell they need help. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a trash bag full of a whole lot of, you know, stuff, and you know, that's like they do know they just the shelter. Yeah, they leave in the morning. It's rain and snow. It don't matter. They drop them off in the morning. That's like the book Tiffany Haddish I'm reading, where her mother has mental health issues and what she went through for us being, you know, with that. And it's like, wow. Right. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't imagine growing up in a household with my mother, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, she had depression, but to have violent, you know what I'm saying, type of episodes and stuff like that, right. You know what I'm saying? Because she talked about how her mother assaulted her numerous times over, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? And her mother truly didn't know, you know what I'm saying? You know, she's out of her mind. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dang, living with somebody with that, that's probably real hard.
Right, definitely hard.
Yeah. I'm not trying to read some of this. Black pain is too normalized. They get over it. Oh, black pain.
What happened?
No, I'm trying to read what Tanika Murray was going on there.
Oh, what she saying?
It looked like it say black pain is too normalized. They get over it. Yeah, they get over their symptoms.
They get over their symptoms?
Yeah.
That's true. Black pain, I mean, it's just like, especially growing up, certain people, like, you know, a lot of us, you know, you just don't have, you just don't have people, you know, you don't have, like, you know, just certain, I don't know. I really don't know how to word it without really offending anybody specifically. Like, I don't know.
Title is not Bmore. Be open.
I am. It's just it. Like she said, black pain is normalized. It is. It's normalized, and like you said, people don't care. Mm-hmm. People don't care. People don't have family members, you know, to go to and, you know, to talk to and for support. Mm-hmm. And I think like that's the main thing. I think that's the main thing is like that family support. People really don't know how important that is. Just if the family is together and really, really together and really helping and really supporting each other, you know, with no negativity and no type of deceit, and really just looking out for one another and just being there. Just even if it's just an ear, not even financially, just being there. You know, that it makes a big difference in people's lives. And I don't know.
You know what? I feel you, but it's like you got individuals, you know what I'm saying? And everybody got their own little hang-ups, you know what I'm saying? Their own little, you know what I'm saying? And
everybody problems big to them.
Right.
Exactly. That's
everybody, you know.
That's a good one too.
You coming to me with this problem, and you know, I got these problems. So it's like, you know, you don't want to listen.
Or you got those people that every time you may be, they don't even notice you're coming to them to cry out or for an ear or a shoulder, but you're telling them your problem, and the first thing the person say is, "Oh girl, me too," or "Oh girl, don't worry about it, me too."
Bluntly, I don't want to hear that shit.
I mean, well, you ain't got people doing that. People ain't that real these days. You ain't got people real these days.
I didn't have people told me that.
What? I don't want to hear that shit.
I got my own shit going on. I don't want to hear that.
Oh, see, that's probably old. Your generation. But my generation, you ain't got nobody that real that's gonna come to you. You telling them your problems, and they straight up gonna be like, "Oh, girl, I don't later." Well, I'm not gonna say that because I have a friend. No, on some real shit, she's never said that. She's very supportive, but she's blunt. So if at that moment in particular time, if that's how she's feeling, like, girl, I don't want to hear that shit, she's gonna say it. Girl, I don't want to hear that shit right now. So she's definitely real. That is Tanika. You know what I mean? She did shit, real shit. She definitely keeps it 100. Like, she speaks her mind, whether you like it or not. And me and her have definitely had our debates when we go back, but we are two grown women, and we are friends. We friends, and we agree to disagree. So, you know, like I told you, Ron, we can have a heated debate or a heated discussion, even maybe a little argument, whatever the case may be, but we're going to go. For me, anyway, if I consider you my friend, family, I'm gonna go right back the next day or right afterwards, like nothing ever happened. It's like girl, what I
saying. After a few years, you forget about it.
You forget about it, absolutely.
People beef, and then after a few years, they don't even remember what they was beefing about.
Yeah, for real.
But it's just like, you know, it's just lack of care, and I just feel like people don't have people that they can go to anymore to trust, to confide in, and you know, it's lack of loyalty, and I know that's going on for probably a whole nother topic, but I guess all
that plays all into everything. It's mental, saying.
Yeah, it's all mental.
Yeah,
it's all mental.
And that's majority of our problems is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
For real. I mean, it can lead to physical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The base of it is all mental. You know, we all energy.
Yeah.
And energy is definitely contagious. It's definitely contagious because, you know, I have people that come around that drains the F out of me. It drains me. I'm telling you, and you can, like, I'm telling you, you know, when certain people come around, you can tell how your whole mood just changed. Like, it just changes you. Yeah. That shit is contagious. Yeah. Stay away from me.
Yeah, some people get.
Stay away from me.
Some people do. You can just, their whole disposition and everything is like, oh, it ain't right. You know what I'm saying? It ain't right.
So that's why you know, that's why I'm at now with, you know, just getting into myself. You know what I'm saying? Getting into my spirituality and trying to stay away from the negativity. You know what I'm saying? Thinking positive. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been through so much that it's on my mind. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to push it to the back of my mind. It's like I gotta think about it before I push it back to my mind. So I gotta really, you know what I'm saying? This is what I'm at right there with that. And I stand firm on that, man. You gotta turn your negative energy to positive.
And I think that's a big key too to a lot of issues that's going on out here, especially with some of these youth now. They don't know their self.
Right.
They're not trying to learn their self. You know what I'm saying? And it's like once I figure that out, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff about me I like. Some stuff about me I don't like. You know what I'm saying? But it's me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a work in progress until I leave this earth. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know,
shoot it into you.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like, yo, you can be in school until you die. Right. You know what I'm saying? So all that being out of school, no, every day is a lesson.
Every day is a
lesson. You know what I'm saying?
Cup ain't never full.
But see, that's the whole thing too. And like, we have some shortcomings. A lot of people don't, like, you know, certain things I might not be good at. Certain things I'm not, you know what I'm saying, great at, but I don't let that, you know, get me down or nothing like that. Or I don't be trying to fit in and be somebody else. When I was young, I tried that, but then I learned I'm unique. It'll be another one of me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what everybody got to realize. You are unique. It never be. Don't give a fuck how they clone your ass or whatever. That clone is going to be different somehow from you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to know your self-wealth and know, you know what I'm saying, who you are. Like you said, it's all mental. Right. It's all training of your mind and stuff like that. You know, but I realize there's some that you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Can't train their mind. They can't do it. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, if, you know, be a listening ear to people, you know what I'm saying? I swear to God, I listen to people. I used to be rude and shit on the street. I listen to and tell a person, I don't want to hear that shit. But now, man, I got older. Somebody might just want to talk. I'll sit up there and listen to that story, man, and we'll talk to them because you never know that might help that person right there. You know what I'm saying? To get that stuff out.
And you might learn something from them.
Yeah, and learn something from them
at the same time, right?
Because I'm like myself and bro, I love autobiography because it's somebody's story and you can identify with the pain and stuff. You can see what somebody went through and stuff like that. And like, you know, it could help you out. You know what I'm saying? With that, you know what I'm saying? And just have compassion with people, you know what I'm saying? Just listen to somebody, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's what we need, a lot of compassion.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
A lot of compassion. We need a lot of love, a lot of compassion. You know what I'm saying? And it, like on one of the podcasts, I think was last week or 2 weeks ago, when y'all was talking about, you know what I'm saying, y'all brought about the youth, and I was saying that, you know, it starts with self. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You gotta love yourself. You gotta love yourself. You gotta respect yourself. And once you do that, it's going to shine from you.
Right.
You know, once you do it for yourself, it's going to shine from you. So
I think a lot of people got everything mixed up. It's like you said, the money, materialistic stuff, the cars and all that. They feel that that's going to validate as being happiness. You know what I'm saying? Which none of those things is. Once you have a great mindset and happy within yourself, you can be happy with everything.
When you're at peace.
When you're at peace.
Honestly, that's what I want to do. I want to learn how to get to that place where it's nothing that and I feel like when you're at peace, you're truly at peace when it's nothing that nothing no one can say or do that will harm you. It's nothing no one can say or do that will like really affect you because you're good. You're so at peace with yourself, like it's nothing. And I've met people, I've watched and came across people that's like that, and it's like, oh my God, like nothing, like nothing really bothers them at all. And it's like they so good with themselves, like it's nothing nobody can do. You can talk about me. You can, stab me in the back. You can just whatever. It's like that shit don't bother me.
They living free.
Because I'm living. Exactly. And that's where I want to be. And I want to get away from these people. You know what I mean? Because, sometimes in life, we get so comfortable with just settling. And, sometimes you get lonely. And I'm being honest, I get lonely. So I feel like I'll settle. And I was just telling somebody this the other day. I'll settle for anybody's company. Even though I know you fake. Even though I know you're phony, just because I feel like I need that company or I want to be, be around somebody, I'll allow this person or these people to come around me. And I gotta not do that. I have to get comfortable with being alone, being by myself, because that stuff really drains you. Like it drains you. It's too much.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about. It's like knowing yourself. Once you get into and like know yourself and know who you are, like I said, it took me time to realize that I'm an asshole at sometimes, what I'm saying? But it's me. You know what I'm saying? That's me. And it's like that's life. You know what I'm saying? That's life. Everybody ain't perfect. Right. Shouldn't be no word such thing as perfect, because they not perfect.
And Shanika said yes, we need compassion mainly for self. What do you say? Our relationships are a reflection of how our relationships are a reflection of how we feel about ourselves. I think, but I gotta open it up because I can't see the whole comment.
Yeah, that's true, though.
That's what she said about how we feel about ourselves, and that's true. So do y'all agree with that? Like, when you believe that, like, your relationship, I guess, with others, not even, I guess, only your significant other, but is a reflection of yourself.
Yeah, I read this book called Battlefield of the Mind by Joyce Myers. And she,
you probably got to speak up a little bit.
I read a book called Battlefield of the Mind. Okay, by Joyce Myers, and that's what she touched on. Okay. She touched on, how how we treat other people is how we treat ourselves, or how they say do on the others as you want
done to yourself, right?
So it's almost that same process right now, where so we respect ourselves and love ourselves, have compassion for ourselves. Then it's like I said, it's going to shine through.
Yeah,
it's going.
Yeah, you're right about that. And that's the whole thing. Like I said, with learning yourself,
right,
loving yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's the key.
And that's what Tanika just basically said. The best person to discover is self.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
I agree.
I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. But like what we said, is a lot of people running around here don't even know who they are.
They not living their truth.
You know what I'm saying? They don't know who they are.
You know what
I'm saying? They trying to, I guess, impress other people. Or trying to be this certain thing instead of just being out because they unique.
And I know you've been bumping into people and you try to tell them something right, and they just
So what do you call those people, and how do y'all think that fit in with mental illness or mental health?
Like, might have a something going on with them that they never want checked out.
It's a mental block. You put a mental wall up. You put that wall up. Yeah. And you block out certain stuff. Once you block out certain stuff, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Once you block out certain stuff, it's like when somebody try to come at you and tell you something positive, you're like, oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so damn, by just saying that, you can bring mental shit on yourself. You know what I'm saying? And conjure it up in yourself. You know what I'm saying? In your psyche. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's what they say. A lot of things be in our mind anyway.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything is in your mind.
Like even in relationships, like you know what I'm saying, or you know what I'm saying, it could be codependent too, because if you're in a relationship with somebody and they got a mental illness or some issue or something going on, you tend to take that shit on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, I went through something with my first kid's mother. Kind of find out she had mental illness, she was in abusive relationships and like that. So she was, I was 19 years old, so you know what I'm saying, I wasn't getting ass like that. You know, this time I'm getting like the regular ass thing, right? So didn't know that these things was going on with her. She took me through a whole lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying, because she wasn't right in her mind. And still not today. It's still just today, you know what I'm saying? And it took me through a whole lot. Had me looking in the mirror like, what the fuck wrong with me? You know what I'm saying? Is it me? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? It was another person, but I was in a relationship with that person, and it was like, yo, that energy and everything and all of that, man.
He was a codependent.
Exactly. Yep, just like that. Yep, just like that. You know what I'm saying?
You said he was her codependent, like?
They, you know what I'm saying? It's almost dealing. That's the thing with drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like if one person getting high, not. Then, but you still a codependent because you still edging that on, or you still because you there.
And you're not trying to stop or
addressing that. You know what I'm saying? So that makes you, codependent.
And that was the thing too. Like she had a lot of mental stuff going on, and I tried to talk to her about it. Oh no, ain't nothing wrong with me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right there, that's a sign something wrong with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we're in a relationship for 8 years, almost 10 years, and you saying you ain't never do nothing wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was me. So, you know what I'm saying? If I was all that wrong, you should have got rid of my ass. So something is wrong with your ass for that to be around. That's I did all this shit.
That's tough, right?
You know, so
through the love, sometimes through the love and, you know what I'm saying, or your partner, you stick around and, you deal with those things, you know what I'm saying? I've been in a relationship for a long time, you know what I'm saying, with my fiance, you know what I'm saying, my wife, because common law, we married.
Definitely.
And that was the thing I was talking about too, like, about love when you really know you love somebody. But I look back at a lot of stuff that I said I love a person, I was like mainly infatuated. I wasn't in love with them, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't feel it back. I think if you feel it back, you know what I'm saying, feel that energy back, I could say you can call that love. You know what I'm saying? Feel it back for a person because you can feel when it's going away. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So when it's the presence, you can feel it. You know what I'm saying? Then you can, like with my wife, that's the first person I ever felt that really cared about me other than my mom. You know what I'm saying? As far as the love, you know what I'm saying, the relationship. Yeah. So that's why I based all my other ones on as far as infatuation, or you know what I'm saying, because or I'm giving out but I wasn't receiving them. You know what I'm saying? So That shit was crazy though, man. You know what I'm saying? And like one of my son-in-law she was abusive. You know what I'm saying? Because she been through abuse and stuff.
Right.
But I felt love from her though. I shit you not, more than my first kid's mother. And shit you not, as crazy she was, and I felt that she honestly genuinely cared about me. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'll put it like that to a certain extent.
To a certain extent.
To a certain extent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because certain shit you just don't do to people that you love. You know what I'm saying? You know, we talked on that, you know, on our domestic violence shit. You know
Yeah.
That's the thing too, you know. You know, and maybe that's.
But I think that's like, I don't know. That's the thing I don't understand. Like, I don't, you know, like, do you do certain things to people you love? Because I think people do. I think you still can love somebody, and for some reason you. So I do. I'm not speaking of myself, but I feel like.
Come on, y'all know.
I don't want to say. You know what I mean? I just don't think that. I'm not with every situation. I don't think, like for instance, with cheating, not to get off the mental illness thing, but I don't think just because
that can go
cheats,
into that because maybe a person has an issue, you know, in their mind that they can't come.
They can't stop the cheating. Or that could be
exactly, you know, some mental health.
But I don't think that
for a lot of shit that people do, like you said, not being diagnosed and not knowing what's going on with them, has them doing all these different behaviors, and they don't really.
They got classes for people that that cheat on it.
Okay, let me finish what I'm saying. I don't think with that being said, I don't think that I don't think that just because in all situations, I don't think when someone cheats that doesn't mean that they don't love you. I honestly don't. I don't believe that.
You know?
I don't. I don't believe that.
I do.
So you think it's a disease or something mental? I'm
not gonna say it's just a disease or something mental for a lot of people, because I'm not gonna just say men. A lot of people just cheat just because of opportunity. You know what I mean? I don't think that had nothing to do with your feelings towards that person at home. Let's keep that shit all the way 100. I know I have cheated. You know you have cheated before. Just because you stepped out one time, that don't mean that you ain't love your woman, because that's why you still where you are today.
You put it that way, yeah.
That's why you still where you are today. Right. That ain't mean you ain't love that lady. You love the shit out of her.
Yeah. But if you did, why you go outside your
because being greedy.
Why? When you got it at home. When you got this person that can't be.
No,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Like these bitches don't put me on. Look, I ain't put you out there by yourself. I said I had cheated too before, like honesty, but I think it's opportunity. I feel like opportunity.
What you gain with the opportunity though? What you gaining with the opportunity?
When I say it's not gaining, it don't have anything to do with gain. It's just
it's
just because you had that opportunity. I feel like some people cheat because of opportunity, because they had that opportunity to cheat. They do it. I mean, that opportunity presented itself. They felt like they could do it. I really feel like, and I've spoken to a lot of men, and asked this question, and I really feel like, and they've said that, because opportunity, opportunity presented themselves. So it's like, I mean, some people do, some people don't. I just honestly don't feel like everybody that cheat, I don't think that means that they don't. I don't think that means they don't love that person that they cheated on. I really don't.
I mean, and
that's just my opinion.
It could be. It also could be. You know what I'm saying? Just have a high sexual preference. Like, you know what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say is that, like you say with the white lip. Some people might not.
I feel like
they might not be getting it there. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a number of things that could play in that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you can't just say, opportunity for me. It's a lot of other stuff.
Right. That's what I said for some people. Not for all. I just think opportunity is one reason people cheat. I think some people cheat because of greed. You're being greedy because, like you said, if you got it all at home, why the hell you stepping out? Why?
Yeah.
Why? If you got it at home and it's good, and it gotta be good because you staying. Because if it's not good and you staying, why you staying? Because you gonna be fucked up by yourself again? Because that was another thing that I said. I feel like 50% of people that's in relationships are only in relationships because they can't survive to live on their own. They can't afford to live that same lifestyle that they're living with their partner by themselves. If they're by themselves,
it's so dependent on each other. So
basically, it's a lot of people. I feel like a majority. I ain't gonna say not 50, maybe not 50, but I feel like a lot of people that are in relationships for convenience. They are.
Now, is that part of, you know what I'm saying, mental? Is that part of, you know what I'm saying, the topic, you know? Can it be?
Maybe.
I wouldn't say it was mental. No, I don't think so. Because if so, what part of mental would it fall under?
Right. But see, that's the whole thing with the mental thing, like about people not being diagnosed or really knowing what's going on. People be suffering, like you said, everybody probably suffers from one type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Somebody suffers from something, so it might be that one thing that's having them to do that, having them to rationalize like that. You know what I'm saying? So, because you never know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You never know.
I was reading that like some people have sexual addictions. That is
mental illness.
That's a mental
illness. Yeah, you were just saying with the white levels. Yeah.
So with that,
thank you, I appreciate that.
So wait a minute. So sexual what classifies a person as a sexual addict? I was just asking, like, you know.
On like as far as the same way as addiction. And somebody out there getting high, or somebody just constantly just got ass. Just constantly.
Because I guess if you think of it,
obsessed with it, that's all on their mind.
Right.
That's it.
And if that person in a relationship, then they won't.
Yeah, they're gonna go outside. Yeah, they're gonna go outside the relationship.
Right.
So
yeah, like I have a girlfriend of mine who, like, her husband, you know, she feel like he's a sex addict, you know, and granted, she said they have sex a lot.
Right.
I'm sorry, this is not her husband. It's her boyfriend. They've been together for a very long time.
Okay.
And like now he's like addicted to porn. She said every time she open up his laptop or go on his laptop or something, his porn come up. You know, his cell phone, all his search history is porn. That's like he's addicted to porn. She was like, and they have sex so much. Like she don't understand why are you still going out to look at this porn? Like why are you, you know, with this porn?
That's addiction.
And it's like, you know, he's addicted. So narcissism, if I'm saying the word right, is that a mental illness? A narcissistic person, that's mental, right? Because they need help. Do y'all know what I mean? Do you know the meaning of it?
Somewhat.
Yeah, somewhat.
Somewhat. Right. It's somebody what?
What's the meaning of narcissism?
Narcissism means excessive or erotic interest in oneself and one's physical appearance.
So that's almost for
this person somebody that's obsessed with themselves.
Right. I mean, I guess it's a mental thing.
Because a friend of mine said she had a guy that she was dating, and he was just like real narcissistic, or I can't remember narcissistic.
So what else we call that? We call that conceited, right?
Yeah, conceited, vain.
Yeah.
But they do. But I think it's so much more under narcissism, though. They do. It's so much other things that they do because she was just telling me all of the things like that he was doing and like the way that he acted, and it was just unbelievable. It was unbelievable.
What's one thing?
No, I don't really want to just, you know, I don't want to put her business. You know, it's not me and
ain't saying no name. Was just one type of behavior.
Yeah, not no name.
Yeah, not no name. The type of behavior.
Yeah, we backing you over.
No. I'm trying to think of one of the. I'm trying to think of one of the things about the text. So like, what's one of the things you said?
Oh yeah, that'll you know, lighten up the system. I mean, you know, that'll.
Because I want to know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I heard the word.
But she told me, with her exact words, what she told me to do, she was like, bitch, go look on YouTube or Google, I can't remember what she said, and Google a narcissistic man. She said everything they say is that's what he does.
Okay, yeah, YouTube.
All right,
let's go to YouTube.
All right.
And see what that is. Because I heard the word, and I know some people, we got a minute. It's a minute, bro.
A narcissistic man.
It's rolling down, bro.
Why gotta be a man? Why can't be a person?
Because we was just saying that he's narcissistic.
Oh, okay, that's what you're talking about like that.
Let me rewind this. I must have already been listening to that. This probably was the one that I was listening to. Because it had already started.
Still have long-term negative effects on you. Now, contrary to the stereotype, it's not just a self-absorbed, conceited
Oh, okay, yeah, I know.
Yeah, like they think the world revolves
Yeah.
around
Women
them.
go, women.
I want you to chase him and put in all the work while you're worthy of a phone call or an invitation or a real date. But the most dangerous narcissists are those guys who up front are nice and white shiny armor. I mean,
That's how she said he was in the beginning.
Be around the things that they want out of life and a relationship are very becoming. But once they get into a relationship, a few months or maybe even a year in, they do a 180 into a complete monster. I mean, they treat you borderline, if not outright evil. They're malicious. They disrespect you. The way they talk to you and treat you.
That's what she
is
said.
nothing like the guy that
We all there?
met. The most
We all
dangerous
there?
part of all of it
You
is
said was
Oh, on that, yeah, on that, but we still good on Facebook.
Oh, that's right. You know, Instagram only lets you record for an hour.
Oh, okay. All right.
it was just to emotionally hook you so that he can mentally have that authority to control and manipulate you later so that you can supply his narcissism. So say you two get in an argument.
Okay, I understand.
So
that.
basically, you get what-
Yeah,
It doesn't matter
it's all about them. It's, you know what I'm saying?
It doesn't matter how patient you are with the right time and place to talk about it. Not only does
Is he out of call this week?
No, that's a bill collector. I ain't no, oh, I already know, no 1-800. Ain't nobody gonna do 1-800.
Yeah. So that's what narcissism is, y'all.
Okay, person that's that's conceited to the extreme then.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, that's all.
I guess this, I don't know, we ain't get no calls or whatever. This is our first time ever doing it at this hour.
Yeah,
We know
that
we
might
got
be
more
it,
people.
too.
Yeah, we know we got more people interacting and commenting, calling. But we definitely can get into this a little bit more because I also had somebody, a couple people that actually hit me up, said they had a story, like serious stories where they went through serious mental, where they're on meds and everything else, that they would definitely love to come in and speak with us and share their stories whenever we ever talk about it again. So we definitely can, do a part 2 to this, being as though Ron was trying to appease me and my schedule today. That's the only reason why we switched it up a little bit today. So thank you, Ron. And thank you, Darnell, for being a part of, us today and talking about this mental health thing.
Appreciate y'all having me. For real.
And is there anything else you want to say or any advice or tips you want to give before we close out? Seriously, because you really didn't speak on it that much.
Right.
That
Books,
much.
I just got a few books that y'all can read. You know what I'm saying? Battlefield of Mind by Joyce Myers.
Battlefield of the Mind by Joyce Meyer.
Joyce Myers. And it's another book, man, that'll help you out to understand, the youth a little bit more. It's called Seasons of Life by Jeffrey Marks. Marks is spelled Marxx.
And what was it called again? Seasons
of Life.
of Life. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out too.
Well,
Move to the ball.
huh? Oh, anyway, what I'm saying? We come to another end of our episode. I didn't even know this was the 5th
It
one.
did go quick.
That's what's up, what I'm saying? So I thank everybody that commented, what I'm saying, on Instagram and on Facebook, about the topic that we're talking about. And like I guess gave us
Nelly
some information.
Graham.
Nelly gave us some information, what I'm saying, that y'all need to check out, man, what I'm saying. And if you're going through it, what I'm saying, talk to somebody. Go out there and get the necessary help, what I'm saying. If you're on Facebook, you can easily go to Google and find some on YouTube,
Put it in there, they give you videos.
Or y'all can call me. Everybody knows me. I'm a good person. I like to talk. I like to give advice. I'm being funny, but I'm being so serious. For real. Like, I'm really being serious. And
yeah, just talk to somebody and let out.
They can hit me up on Nelly Graham.
hit Nelly Graham up on Instagram. What is it? What's your Instagram name now?
Nelly Graham. Yeah.
Just straight one word?
NELLYGRAMS. Nelly Grahams.
Nelly Grahams with the ass at the end. Make sure y'all too go follow if y'all not subscribed to our YouTube page. I stress this a lot. Please go follow and subscribe. All you gotta do costs nothing to go click that button, subscribe. YouTube is Bmore Open Podcast. Thank y'all. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, see y'all next week.
Next Sunday. I'll be Tuesday.
All right, what's it?
What is it?